All right, let's dive straight into this very interesting and timely development. Just recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made headlines once again, and this time it's for something that's left a lot of people talking. In a surprising move, President Tinubu made a U-turn on a previous decision to pardon a significant number of convicts in Nigeria, and this one has truly gotten the entire nation buzzing. Initially, on October 14, 2025, Tinubu made a bold decision to grant clemency and pardon to 175 individuals. Now, these weren't just your typical petty criminals or first-time offenders. No, some of those pardoned had been convicted of very serious crimes. We're talking about people involved in drug trafficking, murder, kidnapping, human trafficking, fraud, and many other heinous acts that are a threat to society. And among the individuals who received this pardon was Mariam Sanda, who was convicted in 2017 for the murder of her husband, Biliaminu Bello. Can you imagine that? A convicted murderer being granted freedom just like that. It caused quite a stir, and rightly so. The initial pardon was seen by some as an act of mercy, a way for the government to show compassion for those who had served a good portion of their sentences. Others, however, saw it as a grave mistake, one that could undermine the justice system and send the wrong message to the public. Many citizens took to the streets, social media, and news platforms to express their outrage. They felt that the pardon was a slap in the face to those who had suffered because of the crimes these individuals committed. And let's not forget, there were families like that of Biliaminu Bello who were left completely devastated by this decision. People were wondering, how could someone convicted of such a horrific crime, especially murder, be granted such an opportunity? Some called it a betrayal of justice, especially considering the brutal nature of the crimes involved. Social media was flooded with posts, tweets, and videos condemning the decision. Everyone from average citizens to high-profile public figures weighed in on the matter, and it quickly became clear that the public was not happy. And so, just as quickly as it started, the tide began to turn. As pressure mounted, President Tinubu and his administration were forced to re-evaluate the decision. In response to the growing backlash on October 29, 2025, the president announced that there would be a review of the pardon list. A new wave of criticism had made it evident that the original decision was too hasty, too controversial, and in the eyes of many, unjust. Tinubu's U-turn was swift, and it certainly didn't go unnoticed. After consultations with the Council of State and a review of public opinion, he decided to make significant changes to the original list. Those convicted of some of the most serious crimes, such as drug trafficking, kidnapping, human trafficking, and fraud, were removed from the list entirely. Some of the pardoned individuals had their sentences reduced or commuted instead of being fully pardoned. The government was trying to make it right, to show that they had heard the people's concerns and that they were willing to adjust. But was it enough? Was it too late? To some, this sudden reversal might seem like a victory, a triumph for justice. Others, however, feel that this decision only highlights the flaws in the system. How did we get here in the first place? How did the president and his team decide who deserved a pardon and who didn't? These questions remain unanswered, and the transparency surrounding the entire process is still being called into question. Legal experts, however, have pointed out that the president's powers are well within his constitutional rights. The prerogative of mercy is granted under Section 175 of Nigeria's constitution, and it allows the president to pardon or grant clemency to individuals convicted of crimes. But even with this power, there are limits, especially when it comes to the nature of the crimes committed. When a president grants a pardon for such grave offenses, especially when the public has clearly expressed their disapproval, it becomes a matter of public trust. The legal community has weighed in, stating that while the president's right to pardon is unchallenged, the manner in which it was exercised, without consulting enough stakeholders or providing clear reasons for such a decision, raises serious questions about the process. Barrister Paul Omoluabi, a well-known legal expert, made it clear that the president's decision was well within his powers, but he stressed the importance of transparency and public involvement in such decisions. Politically, the reversal didn't go unnoticed either. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, a key opposition figure, wasted no time criticizing the move. He called out the government for what he referred to as a lack of foresight and transparency. Atiku even demanded that the full list of those intended to be pardoned be made public, a call that many Nigerians echoed. It's clear that this issue has sparked political debate, with some arguing that the entire process was rushed and ill-conceived, while others say the president's swift reversal shows he is listening to the people. In the midst of all this, the public remains divided. Some Nigerians, especially those who were directly impacted by the actions of the convicted criminals, feel vindicated by the reversal. They believe that justice has been served, and they hope that the president's decision will help restore confidence in the legal system. However, there are still many who feel that the damage has already been done and that the pardon, even if reversed, has eroded the public's trust in the administration's ability to make sound, fair decisions. This situation also raises a deeper question. What is the balance between mercy and justice? When is it right to show compassion? And when is it necessary to ensure that justice is served to its fullest extent? These are questions that go beyond politics, touching on morality, public perception, and the integrity of the judicial system. And as we've seen, public opinion can often be a powerful force in shaping political decisions. Now, let's not forget that this situation isn't unique to Nigeria. It happens in many countries around the world. Leaders often face tough decisions when it comes to pardons and clemency, and in many cases, the backlash is just as strong as it was in Nigeria. Whether it's a political leader granting clemency to a former criminal or an act of mercy being extended to a prisoner, these decisions are never easy. They weigh on the conscience of the public, and as we've seen in Nigeria, they can have long-lasting consequences. As for the future, only time will tell how Nigerians will react to the changes that have been made. Will this reversal restore confidence in the administration, or will it continue to fuel skepticism and distrust? It's clear that President Tinubu is facing a crossroads, and how he navigates this situation will determine his political legacy. Whether he chooses to listen more to the people, seek more consultation in his decisions, or continue to make bold moves, one thing is certain: the nation will be watching closely. So, what do you think? Was this U-turn a necessary correction, or does it signal deeper issues within the government's approach to justice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates. It's a conversation worth having, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this latest political drama. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.